trip of 2022 or 23 when this video comes out probably. New South Wales though, slightly different. Cockatoo. Wild Australia. Ignore the man-made footpath. It's wild. The whistling waterfall. It's just like vines? Vines are dead. What is this doing here? Cute little pathway. Going down to Gordon Falls. I hope he's alright. What a tropical little lagoon. Lovely. So this in here is the Lura Toy and Railway Museum. It's mainly like a lot of model railway bits and a few railway artifacts, but it's permanently closed according to Google. We're in the area, so I thought I'd hop out the car and have a look. There's a railway signal. And a big closed sign, till further notice. Then they got some like platform benches and things, there's not much. Hello. The world's steepest railway we're going on. Whee! So you get to choose. You get to choose how steep the thing is. Wow, that is steep. Okay, just disappeared. You're like, oh, there's nothing here. No, it's alright, yeah. If that's like one of the original cars or something, that's a bit sketchy. It's like the slate inclines in Wales, but like they are not for the tourists. They don't look safe. They're just cages. That's a scary place to put buffers. Oh, there's actually nothing underneath them. They have coal wagons. Surely these didn't go up that incline. They're not incline wagons. All the coal just straight out. Ah, that's always a sign when you know something's interesting to see. Wow. Tiny narrow tunnels, aren't they? Like the roof height is nothing. Working conditions are awful. This is from 1876, 1 year after Stepney. Is it German? I don't like how it's just left here. Did that fall down from the cableway? Welcome to the Blue Mountains. Not Blue Mountains as in Wales or Sodor, but in Australia they call it the Blue Mountains over here, because as you can see, it's very blue. As you can see, there's the railway. Can't see it, but they call it the steepest railway in the world. It's really an incline, like you have in Wales, but for coal mining in this one. And it's now a tourist railway, so maybe it's the steepest tourist railway in the world. But it's really interesting exploring basically in an Australian forest. Feels like I'm a celebrity, but safer, because there's all these boardwalks. For a point of reference, in 1893, there's the rock, which you used to be able to climb on. It's up there. So the railway used to go straight down there. Can't you see? This is the miner's hut, apparently.
It couldn't be because it's built on something.
That is true. This can't be original. I was going to say it was, but clearly it's fabricated.
Too representative. Oh.
This is what it was like. More remnants. You can see the old cable wire just left there. Bits of metal. There's a lump of coal as well, I think. Sign of the past. They didn't take that one lump. There's the railway. So steep. I want so badly to go into those tunnels. But I don't think we're allowed.
Obviously, it's obvious.
This is a ventilation furnace. So that the miners could breathe. How considerate. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, so you can see straight into the seam. That's very cool. Why can't they go in? I know coal mining's not safe, but why not? Okay, so what's very scary is there is like a mannequin in there, but you can't see it until you've got the camera flash on, and I took a photo and this man just appeared. Very scary. Oh, I hope it was a mannequin anyway. So I think the tramway tracks are still under here. They've just left them. Here comes the rain.
Friends, I'm here in the middle, look down. Ta-da! Magic. 270 metres. Or picture the Sydney Harbour Bridge stacked on top of itself, and that will be us dangling on three cables at the highest point. Regardless of the weather, rain, hail, shine, all year round, that happens. So check if you are turning around, so if you are confused, busted.
It's a long way down. A lot of waterfall. The Valley Heights Museum on a closed day. That's not the point. Yeah, there's stuff we can see. Just no train rides, and that's fine. Not a problem. Ah. Haha. That's a big engine, yeah. None of them have names, that's just 5711. Turntable? Would that even fit? That wouldn't even fit on that turntable. It's strange just having cars parked outside the roundhouse. But okay. Made it a little bit difficult to take photos of these. It's fine.
Built in late 1890s, I guess.
1890s?
Yeah.
It was rebuilt in the 50s. Right.
So it's
Relatively, yeah.
So really, this depot had two of these.
Oh, lucky on you.
Always very lucky. This is what I want.
Great Western wheel arrangement.
Yeah, it feels quite Great Western from the cab, like.
Rear left-hand drive. These were the prime engines used for piloting. They are a goods locomotive. Most of the heavy traffic up here was freight anyway. We call them goods, like the old English stuff.
Yep.
Completely made of wood.
Is it?
What?
Oh.
Not sure. You see the names there, the fish and the chips and the
So are those headboards? They go on the front or on the coaches as well?
both.
Okay.
There's a big workshop down there.
Yeah, you definitely recognise it.
Yeah. It's indicative of this place
Yeah.
in the era. A lot of it's not standard gauge.
Is it not? Oh right.
It's here, but not there.
Yeah.
Stupid, and it used to go all the way out.
Yeah.
That's off the main line. There'll be able to be access to the main line. We get bad fires, bushfire type thing, which we've got in England at the moment.
Yeah.
I've got the hose.
So this is the Zig Zag Railway. This is Clarence Station. I think this is like the main one you're meant to join at. but no entry. It says it's under construction, like renovation, probably since the wildfires they've had here. So I'll obey the rules, we won't go in, even though it's clearly safe. Okay, we break the rules because no one's in, but that's the station. It doesn't say what station, which actually would help at this point, but oh well. There's a wagon there. Or something. Narrow gauge line. Is this 3 foot something? Could even be 4 foot, it's quite big. So we're walking along the road in the middle of Australia. And you would not know there's a railway line under here. Heavy goods vehicles come across this road, and clearly it's been used a lot since the railway has not been open, because the tracks are just completely covered over. Or maybe they just don't use this bit of the line at all, even when it was open. But this is a strange sight. It's just the picture of an abandoned railway, even though it's kind of not. The rails are down there. That's never a good sign. Look at the tree just right in the middle. When I knew I was going to go and pop by the Zig Zag Railway, I thought we were going to find, like, you know, a preserved railway which is just currently closed and they're trying to open it again. I didn't expect it to be like this, walking the track bed. And it's safe, by the way. There are absolutely no trains coming past here anytime soon. But this is very ominous. Like, look at this tree. When was the last time this line was used? This comes straight down the middle. This is what I like. This feels like a proper exploration video. I don't know how far to follow this. This just goes on. On the map it just suddenly ends. This feels like some sort of game. There's just a wagon here, just left off the rails. Where are the barrels? So I've run for like a kilometre because we're pressed for time, as always. I'm going to turn back because I don't know for certain which way this goes. If we can't find anything of interest at one of the other stops, then we'll drive back here and have a look. But I could be on a fool's mission here, running for miles, when there's no guarantee that I'm not just following the entire route of the Zig Zag Railway. So, we made it. This has got to be the smallest mainline station I've ever seen, but it's actually got a tap-on, tap-off point. This is it. It's got a bench. Oh my goodness. What? Customer assistance, this station is not staffed. Yup, I gathered that. This is crazy. Engine.
And this goes up a bit, sir?
Yes.
It must be good enough,
We got all up now. We lost maybe a dozen coaches. But most, a couple of them we did, but most of them we
Okay. Oh well. Yeah.
Yeah, just running up and down the line, getting our practice up, and
Excellent, yeah.
we're actually spending less on coal because it's just so much better.
Okay.
Best description of the local coal is burnable dirt.
Right. Yeah.
And then you leave it in there all weekend.
Alright.
And like, and we don't even, we don't even need to scrape it out. Like, you know, that's the remains of my fire from the Sunday.
Alright, yeah.
And like, we're finding now, you've got to have your water level just right. And a well, which is not, it's not a standard accoutrement on one of these. The bell ended up being very appropriate because we got the Queensland answer to a 4MT.
No, right.
Civilised one.
Okay.
Yeah, she's got long legs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And his parents actually.
Train in the hills. Right, we drove back to the end of the railway. because there was a road that was closer, so I didn't have to run like an idiot. We got here just before the sun's starting to go down, so let's see what's up this direction. There just seems to be an abandoned yard and another really steep cutting. Now, what would this have been for? Because they must have dug this cutting like meaningfully for the train to serve something up here. And I don't know what it is. I'm glad I didn't run too far onwards then, because over there is the cutting that I stopped at. Look how steep that is. It takes a lot to make a cutting like that. My only thoughts is this is for the colliery, which is nearby, but that's not exactly close. So peaceful and so pretty though. It's amazing. Especially this time of day when the lines just light up. I was hoping I'd be able to change the points. There's my shadow, hello. But one, they've overdone it with the ballast a little bit, and two, the point lever's gone. So this has clearly not been a public park line for many years. But it's got to be in the preservation day, because the ballast is relatively new. It's not that overgrown considering, and the track is this gauge, and it didn't used to be this gauge. So the rail yard's up there. Other than the fact there's a massive cutting and it's all flat, there's nothing that indicates that the railway line went up this way, apart from, you know, because it sort of slopes back up there and just comes to a sudden end. So it's possible there's like a shed up here or something. I was going to say there's a building here, but no, there's like a drain, which could imply a water tower. If the line did continue, it ended there. Just completely derelict. It's so strange because they're heritage, but they're just left like this, like they've been abandoned for hundreds of years. I'm not surprised they're graffitied. Let's have a look. It's just an abandoned train, as you do. So strange. Especially because it's got buffers. Like, to me it's still very strange to see buffer stock not in the UK. But here we are, in the middle of nowhere. They're not even coupled. Wow. I presume these doors are locked. Ooh. No. There's just some buffers on the floor. Why? This is so strange. I'll stay from going any further, but you get the idea. Just a load of wagons just left here. In the middle of the line. This is so fun. I can see why the ones at the end weren't coupled. These are all Buckeye couplings. And the ones at the end were hook ones, so I don't know why they've got those. Or maybe they've just not been converted. But what a mix. Thank you for this spontaneous tour of the Zig Zag Railway. Goodbye. Hello again, my dear friends. I hope you enjoyed this Terrier Travels vlog from our continued adventures in Australia. If you haven't already seen, there's a part 1 to this video, and in part 3 we'll encounter some very Australian animals and search for a steam engine that was left behind at the former Everleigh Loco Works in Sydney. Of course, if you want to see it early, then follow the link in the description to become a patron and support the cost of these videos. There's a whole extra video showing more of our tours of the Valley Heights Railway Museum, the Zig Zag Railway, and the Everleigh Loco Works. Link in the description to access them. Have yourself a great day. A big thank you to all of my brilliant patrons: Alex Goodman, GBH Train, D0280 Falcon, Sean Tempest, Nat, Random Thomas Fan, Peter Davenport, Ego, Kildane's Coven, Insane Edward, and dark white 73.